This is your poet Danny, and this is poetry from English Plus Podcast. Today's poem is called Pyramid. I will start with some thoughts and then I will continue with the poem itself. You can use the link in the description to read the poem on my website, EnglishPlusPodcast.com, and there is also another link in the description to my Patreon page if you would like to support me to create more of the content you love. Become a patron of English Plus on Patreon. And now, without further ado, let's start with the thoughts and then the poem itself. I wonder what the difference is between the ones stealing your rights, the ones overlooking, and yourself. The ancients used sheer force to shut up freedom. What have new leaders learned besides force? Something stronger. Create an illusion and make everybody look up, and have them believe they can reach the top by the sweat of their eyebrows and the strength of their backs alone. Instead of being a target everyone wants to get, now you are a target everyone wants to get to. You have become an icon. Kings of old would never have dreamed of such a feat. It did not occur to them to throw the crumbs on purpose and let the dogs approach instead of pushing those strong guards away. Kings of old would never have dreamed of domesticating their subjects the way it is done today. Pyramid. New World is carved a pyramid. Easy to fend off climbers and looters, though hard to know who's robbing whom. Hard it was to classify before, too many categories and classes, now contracted only down to two. The ones on top and everyone else, stepping on each other to reach the top. Like two fellows drowning, to survive, each is ready to drown the other. Watch those all the way up. Like a pride of lions, only they do not need to hunt. Just pick up in the great battle the fallen, and the battle will never stop. Only the ones that last long enough to be the vultures of faded glory may earn a place at the table. The banquet is made of flesh and blood. You cannot be vegetarian or an animal lover, for only predators are allowed to eat from the master pot. Make no mistake, you will never be better than a well-trained hound to bark at request and bite on command. Who is to blame, I wonder? The king who crowned himself a king and claimed lordship for all his kin? The subjects who forfeited their rights to be human like everyone else, forsaken all wild, open land, all the hills and mountains, the green plains and their wonders for one single pyramid? It does not fit all people, except as a tomb. Pile up all the bodies, worship the one owning the room. This is the only true God, the God of the pyramid, the one sitting on top. So this was the poem, and it is from my poetry collection, the War Edition. I hope you liked the poem, and I would like to remind you again that you can read the poem and the thoughts. The link is in the description. It's going to take you to the custom post I created for this episode. And don't forget to consider becoming a patron of English Plus. You will be giving me enough resources and time to create more for you and for everyone else who's listening to English Plus Podcast. With that being said, this is your poet Danny. Thank you very much for listening to another episode from English Plus Podcast. I will see you next time.